Russia-Ukraine war has entered a critical phase. Russian troops are gaining ground with every passing day. Ukraine says the situation has been the most difficult one since the start of the war, as U.S. President Donald Trump increases pressure on Kyiv to agree to a peace deal. Moscow says that there are no misunderstandings with Washington anymore. While Russia is capturing new areas in Ukraine, Kyiv is escalating its deep strikes inside of Russia. In the latest, Moscow says that Kyiv has launched a major aerial attack with at least 287 drones downed over a number of regions, including Moscow. The extent of the damage is not immediately clear, but flights have been diverted at all of Moscow's main airports. Ukraine has released video of its sea drones hitting a tanker they claim is involved in trading Russian oil. This as it sailed through Ukraine's exclusive economic zone in the Black Sea to the Russian port of Novorossiysk. The attack is the third sea drone strike in 2 weeks on vessels Ukraine claims Russia's shadow fleet. Kyiv claims these unregulated ships are helping Moscow export large quantities of oil and fund its war in Ukraine despite Western sanctions. As the fighting rages on, Moscow says that the misunderstanding with Washington over Ukraine have all been resolved following a meeting earlier this month between President Vladimir Putin and U.S. Envoy Steve Witkoff. The Kremlin has hailed the meeting with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and U.S. President Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner as constructive, although no major breakthrough has been reached yet.
Just recently, when President Trump's special envoy, Stephen Witkoff, was here and following his talks with President Putin, both Russian and American sides confirmed the mutual understandings reached in Alaska. This is a very important outcome because there was a certain pause after Anchorage. Now here, in our negotiations with the Americans on the Ukraine issue, I personally believe that the misunderstandings and miscommunications have been resolved.
Ukraine, on the other hand, has sent a revised U.S. draft peace proposal to the Trump administration. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz says that a proposal on territorial concessions Ukraine is ready to make to end its war against Russia has been sent to the president's desk. Merz goes on to say that he hopes to meet with U.S. officials this weekend to finalize the documents.
Go ahead.
There is a proposal that he was not yet aware of at the time we spoke on the phone, because it had not yet been sent to the Americans. We did that yesterday in the late afternoon. It mainly concerns the question of what territorial concessions Ukraine is prepared to make. But that is a question that must above all be answered by the Ukrainian president and the Ukrainian people.
But Trump has expressed impatience with both Kyiv and its European allies in France, Britain, and Germany. He has warned Europe and Ukraine that they are wasting time amid calls for fresh talks.
You know, they would like us to go to a meeting over the weekend in Europe, and we'll make a determination depending on what they come back with. We don't want to be wasting time. Sometimes you have to let people fight it out, and sometimes you don't. But the problem with letting people fight it out is you're losing thousands of people a week.